Welcome to Shezzy's Digestive Harmony. I'm your host, Jalisa Hardy, General Wellness and Gut Health Coach. Curious on how to improve your digestion or your general wellness? Send your queries or questions to Wellness Coach by Jalisa Hardy at outlook.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Wellness by CS. I'm here to lend an ear and offer guidance to better your health. So grab your favorite drink and sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Shezzy's Digestive Harmony. We're here to explore the many layers of holistic health and self-awareness. I'm Cherie Segal, your host and wellness guide. Today, I'm so grateful to be joined by the radiant Jalisa Hardy. She's a human design guide who blends intuition, soul work, and grounded understanding as well. And we'll be diving into what human design really is, how it can help us understand your energy, and how it connects with wellness, especially for people navigating through chronic health, fatigue, emotional imbalance, or even digestive patterns. So let's get into it. Welcome, Jalisa.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Dal. So I just wanted to ask how you were first introduced to human design.
Yes, and I would say probably around 2016, I had heard about human design, but I was very deeply religious. I was very deeply rooted in the church. So for me, it was like, yeah, it was kind of a no-no back then. I am a licensed minister, was born and raised in the church, but in 2022, I was going through a very tumultuous divorce. I had just had my third child. My third child was 1 month old at the time
Wow.
that we were separated. And I was really searching just for the pieces of myself, searching for something that was going to help me get, not necessarily even get back to, but become a better version of myself.
Mm.
And get to a space and place where I felt like I was able to provide the life and the version of myself that I wanted to for my children. Because at the time, my children were 2, 1, and 1 month old. And I was a stay at home mom. Financially, I was being taken care of prior to the separation. So when we separated, my life completely just unraveled. And I felt like I was unraveling. So I really started to seek out support. I started to seek out community, and I came across this masterclass called the Wealthy Woman Masterclass. And I was so drawn to the creator of the masterclass. It was just like, for some reason, I'm like, I need to connect with her. And at the time, she was behind the scenes studying human design, but she hadn't put it out there yet. So once I got connected with her, she started talking about human design, and I felt so seen. I
Mm.
felt so heard. It felt like the puzzles of who I was or who I knew I was started to fall into place.
Wow.
And it was like, wow, it seemed like this is something that I had been looking for my entire life.
Oh.
And the more that I studied it, the more that she talked about it, the more that I learned, the more I was able to heal in a way that I had never experienced before. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, my life began to change little by little. And that was because human design showed me who I was truly created to be. I call it a tool for self discovery, a tool for really understanding your most authentic self, the version of yourself that God, source, universe created you to be, not the version of yourself that you were taught or conditioned to believe you are.
Yeah.
Not your experiences, not what you went through, not what somebody told you, but it's your most true and authentic self,
Mm.
down to the smallest detail of who you were created to be.
Wow.
So for me, this discovery became a journey of healing and a journey of wholeness. that I probably wouldn't have experienced had I not been open to it this time around.
Fabulous. So the thing is, when you are your authentic self, doors start to open. It's hard to be
Yes.
patient, isn't it? Oh my God. It's like,
Yes.
hurry up.
And that is one of the things that human design really supported me with is patience. Because one of the things about my specific human design as a manifesting generator, our strategy is to respond. So being intentional about waiting for things to respond to, that's not what we're taught.
Yeah.
We're really taught to just go out, to get it, to do it, to hustle, to grind. You know, the Nike slogan, just do
Yeah.
it. Those types of things. That's how we're conditioned to believe.
Yeah.
But really, only 8% of the population is designed to function that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the other 92% of us, there's some time that we need to wait. There are some things we need to wait to respond to. There's an invitation we need to wait to respond to, a lunar cycle we need to wait to respond to
Yes.
before just going out and doing something.
Yeah.
So for me, this shift took a lot because it's like I'm so used to just going out, going after it, going and doing it. So to shift from that to, okay, let me wait for something to respond to. Let me wait for a message. Let me really pay attention and be present in the moment versus trying to figure out, okay, what's the next step or what's the next thing or what's the next big thing, the next fad, the next wave of things to do. It was a huge shift.
That's great. And that drew you to the system from like from being like so systematic and doing everything else everyone said to holistic, right?
Yes.
No?
Yes. So even prior to human design, I started practicing and studying holistic health in 2008. I was actually going to school to get my
Oh,
degree in chemistry and
no.
biology, and I was going to be a pharmacist.
Oh,
My senior year, I started to really do some, some soul searching to see if this was the path for me.
yes.
And my senior year, realized that that wasn't my path, but I had already taken on the student loans. I had already basically
Yes.
completed the degree. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to finish my degree, but I'm going to figure out what the next thing is for me. So I started to do research and I was able to find a naturopathic doctor that was 5 minutes away from my school that agreed to take me on as an intern after I completed my degree program. And even that experience, I call them divine synchronicities. Those are the things that led me here today to be able to share my experience, to be able to share my story, and to be able to share my expertise in so many things like human design, like Reiki, like energy work, all of those things that I've studied along the way that supported my healing journey to be able to do that for others.
Because I noticed you're also a pastor. So do you bring that into your church life as well to heal others as well as yourself?
So I'm not a pastor, I am a minister.
I beg your
Prior
pardon,
to
minister.
yeah.
Sorry, honey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Early.
I prior to the pandemic,
Yep.
um that was kind of when I was more so into the church, more so focused on the religious aspect of my relationship with God.
Yes.
But during the pandemic, everything shut down. And that was really when I started to explore different ways of building and creating and accessing my relationship with God. And that was one of the things that led me to really be able to be open to studying human design. Because prior to, like I said, it was like, no, this is a no, no, this isn't, this
Yeah.
isn't something for me. But the more that I realized, this is a tool that God uses to show us who we really are, who He created us to be in our uniqueness,
Yes.
as well as in our space and place in the collective, because we're all connected. But it just gives us what I call, it seems like puzzle pieces for how we engage and interact with each other and
Yeah.
interact with the world as a whole.
How do you think it differs from astrology and personality stuff like tests and those type of things?
So it incorporates astrology. That's part of it because you
Yes.
need your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth. And it takes into account the position of the moon and the different planets. So that's incorporated in it, but I literally call it sometimes a personality test on steroids
Mm,
because it goes so deep, it goes so wide into you as an individual. It's like certain things, certain conversations I've had with people about their human design, and they're like, "Do you know me?" Like strangers, complete strangers. I read their human design chart, and they're like, "Have you met me before? Like, how do you know this about me?" And that's because human design helps you to see people for who they really are.
mm,
And people have said to me, like, wow, like these were things that I thought were wrong with me. These were things that I thought, I wasn't who I wasn't supposed to be, who I was
mm,
conditioned to believe I wasn't supposed to be, or that it was something wrong with me because I am a certain way. But it gives you that freedom to see yourself as a unique individual, to know that there's nothing wrong with you.
mm,
There's nothing wrong with you. You are unique. You are different. There are ways about you that people will not understand. But the more that you understand yourself, the more that you're able to walk in your authenticity and walk in your trueness, so that people will start to just embrace you as you are versus this representative that we tend to show up as.
yeah, absolutely. And do you think it resonates with the body, intuition, and healing? And why do you think it does that?
Absolutely. One of the aspects of human design is your digestion type.
Yeah.
And part of that is digestion when it comes to what you how to eat
Yes.
that best supports your digestion. But the other thing about your digestion type is how you best digest the world
Yeah.
and your experiences. So
Mm,
it gives you specific insight on one, how to eat, but how to navigate and process through situations in a way that is digestible to you. So that's one aspect of your health as it pertains to human design.
mm,
But it reminds you to follow your intuition, and it gives you the specific space and place in your body and in your being where your intuition lies. So for me as a manifesting generator, we're guided by our gut intuition. And for that, it's a very bodily response. So the more in tune you are to your physical being, the more in tune you are to your gut, the easier it is for you to navigate situations where it's like, ooh, that's a no. And be confident in your no. Because you're like, you know what? I don't have to explain it to anybody. It doesn't even have to logically make sense.
yeah. Yeah.
But for me, when I'm in situations and I'm feeling like, ooh, this is a no, this is a full body
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
and I'm able to stand in that and say, no, this isn't for me. This isn't a line for me. And
Yes.
know that whatever comes next
Yes.
is, it may or may not be for me, but I'm able to stand in my no securely and confidently to
Yeah.
say, you know what? This isn't for me. Even if it looks good, even if it logically might make sense. But
Yeah,
to
but if
say
you
no
feel
to
it's
something,
against you, like I think I'm a manifesting generator too, because as soon as I say no to something, something else opens up that's completely aligned from myself. And recently, I've lost weight and I was eating and stuff, and it's like my body's like, no, I don't like that. There's a pain somewhere, and it's like I've got to cut down on something. Like I've got to really listen to my body as well, and it's all about listening to your body too.
yes, it's about being intuitively guided. It's doing that inner work and taking that time to listen to yourself. We
Yes.
have all of the answers to
Yes.
all of our problems, to all of the situations, to all of the circumstances that come up, but we're
Yeah.
taught to look elsewhere. We're taught to try to get an answer from someone else or try to follow somebody else's path. So many different blueprints, so many different frameworks. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be mindful of what's in those frameworks or those blueprints that are for you and what's not.
Yeah,
It's not for
absolutely.
us to follow anybody else's complete path. There are certain things that we come across to say, okay, yes, this is for me, and no, this is not.
Yep,
But it's not for us to follow anybody else's path. The more
absolutely.
present we are in the moment,
Yeah.
the easier decisions become because we're not so
Yeah.
focused on all of these decisions that we get to make. We're focused on what decision is it for me to make right now
Yes.
to get to the next decision.
how's that helped you in business, do you reckon? Has that helped you in your business, your day-to-day business runnings?
Absolutely. People ask me all the time, my
Yeah.
accountability partners, people that I come in contact with, like, how do you do so much? How do you get so much done? With 3 kids at home, I homeschool my kids. My kids are now 5, 4, and 3.
Wow.
I provide childcare for a 2-year-old in my neighborhood. They're like, how do you get so much done? It's because, yep, there go my babies. Okay, just give me a second. I'm on a call. Okay. Go to Nana, baby. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's part of life. It's all good.
What was the question?
So basically in your business, how it like affects like that it like helps you every day to day.
Yes. So what I do is I really check in each day, but I plan out my week the week before. I set my goals for the month to say these are the things that I want to focus on each week. I say, okay, these are the things that I'm going to focus on from this month's goals, this month's action steps. And then each day I'm checking in to see which one is aligned. And even throughout the day, I'm checking to see where my energy is, to see if I still have the energy for the things that I set out to do in the beginning of the day,
Yeah.
and move and flow with my energy, and
Yeah.
not allow this idea that I always have to be doing something, or that progress always looks like checking something off the list. Sometimes progress just looks like rest.
Yes.
And we're not taught that.
And this is
We're
progress
not taught
now.
that.
This is progress for me because like this is episode number 70 something, and I'm just like, oh my God. And it's just I cut down on podcasts because I want to focus on getting out more, in front of people, and some stuff's happening for me, and I love it, and I love that for you too, sweet. Like, because it's not like you get so impatient. I'm just like, oh my God. And it's like taught me to just no, you're already almost there. Just keep going. And
Not
that's
that
it.
you're almost there, but you
Yeah.
really are already where you're meant to be.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
more that you lean into that each moment to
Thank
say, you
you.
know what, it might not look the way that I desire for it to look right now. I
Yes.
might not have everything checked off of my list, but
Yeah.
in this big moment, I'm exactly where I need to be.
And I love this.
The
I'm learning
more
so
that
much.
you believe that internally and
Yeah.
you step into that, that is one of the things that I love about human design, because it's like, you know what? Going inward and working on the version of yourself that you were created to be, and knowing
Yeah.
this version of yourself, getting to know this version of yourself in
Yes.
a new
Yeah.
way, so
Yeah.
that when you show up in the world, it's like, you know what? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Even if externally things don't look right, even if your bank account doesn't look right, even if your kids don't act right, even if your significant
Yeah.
other is not acting
You
right,
are where you're meant to
when you
be.
have that internal stillness, the
Yeah.
chaos around you is not going to get to you. It's not going to impede your goals.
Yeah.
It's not going to impede your progress, because
Yeah.
you know every moment I'm exactly where I need to be.
Absolutely. And thank you for that. And I think it's not what you want, it's what you need. There's a saying. There's a saying, and I am exactly where I am actually. I'm not burnt out, which I love, and I get to spend time with friends, myself and my husband, and that's what I love to do. So, and have fun as well. So
Yes,
you have
exactly.
to,
That
you
is
have
definitely
to.
a part of it.
Yeah.
Life gets to be, I tell people all the time, life gets to be fun and easy if we
Yeah.
choose for it to be.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to work. I just posted a video on my YouTube channel, because you realize that life gets to be play if we
Yeah.
choose for it to be.
Yeah.
But sometimes other people don't play nice with us, but that's okay, because we either get to choose to just play by ourselves, or
Yeah.
choose a different playmate.
Yeah.
And it's life can be very, very simple in that way. But
Yeah.
because we've been conditioned to believe, oh, we have to be serious, we're adults, we have to do things in this way. No, we get to play. We
I'm not a
get to
serious
play.
person at all. I actually thrive. And since I've been having a lot of fun, things come. It's
Yes,
really, things have come already, and it's just fabulous. Like, it's happening and doors are opening, and I feel like really aligned with the people that are coming to me now. They're meant for me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like you just attract the life, the people, the things, the opportunities that you
Yes.
desire.
Yeah.
And those divine synchronicities, the more present you can be to see,
Yeah.
oh, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. The only time that we have is right now.
Yeah.
So the more focused we can be in the now,
Yes.
easier the next now moment will be.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I'm
Absolutely.
here and I'm good exactly where I am. And I
Yeah.
know that for me, one of the messages that I've continued to be reminded of, each of us have overcome 100% of our worst days.
Yeah.
Every obstacle, every challenge, every day that we experienced that we thought we wouldn't get over, that things wouldn't change,
Yeah.
we are where we are today, not in that moment.
Yes. I agree 100%. So, the five energy types, I'm going to dive into that. How do you think they impact daily living? So, I've got generator, manifesting generator, projector, manifestor, and reflector. How does each type interact with energy, rest, and alignment? How, from your standpoint?
Yes. So for manifesting generators and generators, they're pretty similar.
Yeah,
The only not the only difference. One of the differences is that manifesting generators are a hybrid of the manifestor type and the generator type. So they have similarities to both of those energy types.
yeah,
But they both make up manifesting generators and generators make up 35% of the population. So majority of the people that you come across
yeah.
will fall in the energy types of manifesting generators or generators.
Oh,
And mhm. So if
is
you're
that
like,
like everyone?
that's across the world. That's literally across the world.
Wow.
70% of the population of the world will be generators or manifesting
I
generators.
think I am one of those because every time I go against my gut, it doesn't like, something happened recently where I was meant to be collaborating with someone. I
hmm
physically met them, but it didn't feel right. I felt like in my gut really heavy. And I went,
hmm
nah, sorry. I just don't think we're a right fit. Like really
Yeah,
lovely people, but it just didn't feel energetically correct for me. If
yeah,
I leave somewhere feeling heavy, it's not meant for me.
yeah.
Absolutely no, no. So,
Yep.
mm,
So for generators and manifesting generators, when it comes to wellness, when it comes to work, when it comes to interaction and relationships, it's important for us to follow the things that light us up.
yes,
So it's like if it's a maybe for a generator or manifesting generator, it's a no. It's like, oh, maybe I could, maybe I should. No, it's a no. If it doesn't fully light you up, if it's not that gut yes, that bodily yes, then it's a no. It's
the
very
excitement,
cut and
it doesn't
dry.
bring you any excitement or butterflies. Nah, forget it.
Yes, because specifically for generators,
Yeah,
it's important for them to be guided by their yes and their no,
yeah,
by their gut response, because once they commit to something, it's like they have to follow through.
mm,
But for manifesting generators, we're a little different because as soon as something doesn't light us up, we get to make a decision to shift and pivot to another direction.
yeah, yeah,
And for us, people might say, oh, they're flaky. Oh, they're unreliable. Oh, they don't follow through. And it's because we're designed to follow what lights us up. Instead of sticking to something because, oh, I started it, I need to finish it. No, if it doesn't light you up, you get to shift and make a different decision.
so many of us don't use our intuition, Jalissa. Like, I don't know why. It's like, if we
We're
hadn't
not
stopped doing
taught
it in
to.
the first place. Oh,
We're
it's
conditioned for obedience from our
crazy.
parents. We're
Yeah,
conditioned to follow rules, to follow directions, to
yeah,
get in line, to do what
yeah,
you're told
yeah,
versus for me, and this is another thing that I really love about human design, it has shifted how I parent my children.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have 3 kids. One of my kids is a generator, one is a manifesting generator, and one is a manifester. And that
Wow.
for me shows the differences in the energy types I've learned through my interactions with my family members. I've learned through my interactions with my kids
Yeah.
more about the uniqueness of each design.
Yeah.
And for me, how I parent and how I see my children is different because I see them from this lens of their unique human design.
Mm.
So for my son, who's the generator, when we're doing homeschool, I know he can sit for 20, 30 minutes to get his work done.
Yeah.
And even longer, he'll be like, can I keep working? Can I keep working? My daughter, she's a manifester. And the manifestors,
Yeah.
they their energy goes through earth, like it peaks and then it drops. It peaks and then it drops.
Oh.
It's like very sporadic energy for the manifestors.
You like easily
They're
distracted?
designed they're designed to initiate. They're not designed to follow through. They're designed to initiate and delegate.
Oh.
Initiate and delegate. So the manifester is my daughter. She's like, oh, I want to do this. She'll be into it for a few minutes and then she's like, oh, I'm done.
I'm bored now, Mom. Bye.
I don't want to do this. We'll be doing like yoga or something or some type of activity.
Yeah.
She'll be there, like she'll be lit up, and then all of a sudden you'll see her go sit down. She'll be like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
And for me, knowing that about her, knowing that about her human design, I'm not trying to force her to get up and finish it because I
Yeah.
know that about
Got it. Yeah, because that's the personality.
her.
That's the personality. I want to dive into heart decision making quickly. Like, what do you think authority means in human design, like emotional, sacral, and splenic stuff, you know?
It really means how you best hear answers from God, source, universe. For me, it might mean something else for another human design expert,
Yes,
but
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, how you best hear, how you're best guided by God's source universe,
Mm,
and understanding that you mentioned emotional
mm,
authority. For those with emotional authority, that's 50% of the population.
mm,
The other 50% is non-emotional. So for the emotional authority, they need 24 to 48 hours to make decisions. So to try to force someone into a decision that is not aligned with them emotionally within that 24 to 48 hours, they need to be in a very neutral emotional state to make a decision. Not in a too heightened emotional state and
mm.
not in a too low emotional state. They need to be in a neutral emotional state to make the decision that is aligned for them. So just understanding the different intricacies and nuances of one, how people show up, two, how people make decisions, and three, how they hear from God's source universe when it comes to how what's aligned and what's not aligned for them is important for us as individuals and for us as we interact with other people. Because I recently had this experience where I have a virtual assistant who's a generator, and I know about her. She can sit through 6 to 8 hour shifts, sometimes even longer if we're working on a project, and she'll be fine.
Wow.
I ended up hiring another VA, and she was a projector. Projectors work in 2 to 4 hour time frames. They can't do long work hours. So for her, the pace of my business, the pace that me as a manifesting generator and as my other VA as a generator works, she wasn't able to keep up. And there's nothing wrong with the way that she worked. There's nothing wrong with the quality. It just didn't fit my business.
Yeah.
So I had to make a hard decision, very sweet girl, very amazing, amazing quality of work,
Yeah.
just her pace. She
Yeah.
couldn't keep up.
I work
So
with someone
knowing
like
that,
that. Yeah, yeah. Work with someone
knowing
like
that,
that. Me and my colleague, I think we're manifested generators or either generators because we just get stuff done like that
hmm
and we can keep up with things. And then
hmm
my other colleague, I think, is like, it's just not it's nothing bad. It's just the way it is, you know? And that's the way the personality and the way it is, you know? I
Yeah,
wanted to
and you have to
quickly,
know that
yeah,
in order to see where people fit on your team
yes,
or if they
exactly.
fit on your team.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And I understand her. Like I understand everything, and I'm beginning to understand the personality. And when I do that, I've noticed that we all just get along a lot more smoothly, if
Mhm.
that makes sense,
Yep.
with anyone really. So I just wanted to, before we wrap up, sweetie, for anyone listening and feeling curious, what's the simplest, gentlest way to begin exploring their human design?
Get your human design chart. It's free. You can get some insight from your human design chart about your specific human design. I also have some very low cost reports. One is my authenticity and purpose guide that is based off of your specific human design to give you more insight on your human design and how to apply it. Because a lot of people get the information. Okay, they say, oh, I'm a generator or I'm a manifesting generator, but they don't necessarily know how to apply it to their daily life. So
Mm,
that goes a little deeper.
yes.
And the next thing is I do readings. I have a mini reading where it's a recorded version of your human design chart that I go through. I study it, I read it, and give you specific, intuitively guided insight that I feel you might need for
Yeah.
your next steps of your journey. And then I do a live reading where we sit together and we go over different aspects of your chart.
Jalisa, I want to thank you, hun, for being with me and my audience today. The conversation just felt so heartfelt and authentic, and I love it, and so clear, you know. And I also love how human
Yes, thank you so
design,
much for having me.
thank you, darling. I love how human design reminds us we're not meant to fit into one mold. We're here to honor our unique rhythms,
Mhm.
especially as women, men as well, and navigating wellness from the inside out. So, to our listeners, if this sparks something in you, I invite you to explore your chart gently and let it unfold slowly. And you can find Jalissa and her beautiful work, and I'll put the link in Instagram. It's on your website too, hun. Yeah. And
Mhm.
I'll
Yep.
link it in the show notes. Until next time, take a deep breath, trust your body, and keep coming home to yourself.